Fear. What relationship do you have with fear? Everyone can only talk about what they know. Then I can talk about fear. Fear paralyzes. In ancient wisdom, it has been compared by analogy to water in its solid state, that's ice, and to black color. The fear of the unknown, for example, or of losing control, or judgment that leads to performance anxiety. What is anxiety or craving? It's the fear of fear, something like phobophobia. But let's think about the fear of loneliness, or the fear of needing people, or the fear of trusting, the fear of pain. What about the fear of giving birth? Now think about the greatest and most rooted fear in us, the fear of dying, or of seeing death, or not being able to protect who we love. And what about the fear of getting old? The fear of letting go? We might call it emotional constipation. And the fear of starting over? And the fear of changing? Okay, in a pandemic time, the most fitting one is the fear of uncertainty, don't you know? And also of frailty, about human condition. No one can give us final answers, but what can really happen to us? What are we scared of? Ansel Grun told about 3 rings. Imagine them, the external one, the intermediate, and the deeper, central. We are these 3 rings. The outer one can be destroyed by trauma or violence or diseases, but the other 2 remain. The median one can be broken by slander, by offenses, by grudge, but there is always the 3rd, inner, deep ring, which is our identity. So when we suffer a trauma, an accident, we are afraid that this will happen again. But traumas or accidents are experience, and experience is identity. Hence, the fear of a new trauma can be exactly our chance of choice. Fear can be friend. It can play on our side. But what should we practically do? Fear has to be accepted as a life partner. It has to be described and digested to becoming smaller and sprouting. A dreaming woman named Hildegard said that the art of humanity is transforming wounds into pearls. Wow! In everyday life, how can we apply these good tips? I would suggest to have some ritual times. Praying if you have faith, or meditating if you haven't. These moments will bring us back to the sacredness of life. I mean, its fullness that makes sense to all. So we will accept continuous transformation of each instant into the next. We will be present in our present, and we will understand that life is the transformation of every present time into another present time. And now the problem that scared us is no longer there, or not yet, because when there is a real problem, there is no time for frightening, but just for action, challenge, project, and hope. Think positive.